Welcome to BeatMinds Deconstruction Part 13. In this video I will show you how I produced an atmospheric melodic techno track in the style of the Afterlife-Label. And it sounds like that.
I know enough to know that I know nothing.
I would say we start in the break. We have this piano. That's the soft piano from Spitfire Audio. We have a fab filter for EQ, an OTT, and Valhalla Supermassive with a really long decay. And this pad coming in the background. Two pads actually. Giving a really nice vibe. My favorite patch, altai strings. EQ, sampler for filtering, and this EQ. Really nice. I love it. Then we have a few Atmos. This is actually without the LFO tool. It sounds like this. It's a sample. I affected it with Valhalla Supermassive, EQ, LFO tool, Soothe, and Kickstart for the pumping. And then we have this Atmo drone. Just playing constantly that one tone. And this little Atmo ARP. Very in the background. Then we have the distorted bass lead, I call it. Coming here now. That's a silent patch, a Serum patch. A lot of distortion. Ping pong delay, Valhalla room, fresh air. And this legato lead you just heard. It's a Spire patch called Matrix 12. I left it like came out of the box and EQ on it. Then I have this vocal.
Then pain is running your life.
Just an EQ on it. Soothe, fresh air, and a delay send. And it goes ping pong delay left and right.
I found myself instead.
We continue here in the second part, then the kick bomb drops and my favorite respace kicks in. It sounds like that. I automated with a lot of things. You can see the video, I've linked it here where I created that bass. Really vibey, nice one. And we have this soft lead here. Also a really nice one. It's lead Saturday. Spire. I have a lot of EQ, OTT, and Soothe, and altogether this part sounds like this. I love it. Good. Then we have some reverb clap, impact, sweep down. Then we are ending up in a little break directly before the drop, giving some tension with just the vocal. Just a little bass step. I'll listen.
I know enough to know that I know nothing.
We have the vocal and this bass step comes in. I also use it in the drop. I made it myself. It looks like this. These wavetables, unison, detune. Then we have a tube distortion, compressor, multiband, and a delay. And then a lot of post-processing. We have OTT, decapitator, pop filter, EQ, ping pong delay, Valhalla room, and another EQ on the end, and sidechain for the drop. Then we have the synth up coming now, directly in front of the drop. That's a silent, basic CJW with noise automation with the envelope. We have distortion, delay, reverb, EQing, post-processing in EQ, and kickstart. And then we hit the drop. The main star here in this track is the bass line. Let's have a listen for the drop. The bass line is really driving forward, very prominent, really in your face. Let's have a look how I made it. First we have this main layer, that's the mid bass layer. It sounds like this. These are saw waves. One is unison, one is not. We have a lower octave, also a sawtooth. It looks like this in the analyzer. And it looks so weird because I took out the fundamental here. So I can replace it with a sub bass with a stable sine wave. We have decapitator for distortion, EQ, boosting here 100 Hertz, OTT, multiband compressor to handle here the 100 Hertz range to stabilize it at one volume, kickstart, and another shaping EQ. Then we have the click layer. That's just the noise. Nothing much to it. Then we have the sub bass. Looks like this, playing the very low. It's just a classic sine wave with a little filter envelope. Yeah, and together they sound like this. And with the kick. In addition to the bass, I have a few other, let's say, bass leads. We have the stonk lead. Really nice sound. It's a Diva patch I made myself. It's also distortion with decapitator, EQing, ping pong delay, and Valhalla room and kickstart for sidechain. Then we have this bass stab, I call it. We had a look on it already in the pre-drop. And we have this eagle synth, I call it. It sounds like this. Eagle synth because if you play it a little higher on the keyboard, it sounds like an eagle. Also distortion on it, EQing at kickstart for the sidechain. And we have this main lead, classic Anyma lead, I would say. We have some automation of the filter cutoff. The patch looks like this. Just a sawtooth, 7 voices of unison. Distortion. We have some EQ movements. As you can see, chorus and the flanger filter. Then we have destroyer, that's the Cubase distortion. Decapitator, pop filter for EQ to take out the lows, which might be introduced by the saturation, and kickstart. So in the second half of the drop, we will introduce a melody change in the bass line. Let's have a listen. And we introduce a melody change in the bass steps. And we introduce that lead soft out of the break. I really love that one. And we have this choir. I call it choir. It doesn't sound really like a choir, but that's how I call it. It fits really nice with the melody. So, and we have the drums. We have a kick. It's a sample. We have a few shaping EQs. Add another EQ. And we shortening the kick with kickstart. Then we have some open head. Nothing fancy. Closed head. Little sidechain on it to keep it pumping. And we have this clap snare. Also EQ. And that's the whole drum set. That's the whole drop. Very minimalistic, but that's the style, right? Let's have a full listen.
If you are constantly avoiding pain, then pain is running your life. Where I was searching for the meaning, I found myself instead. I know enough to know that I know nothing.